Welcome to the online class of Moral Science. In the previous video, we have started the first chapter, Choosing to Change. In that, I have explained you about a class 10 student Anupama's experience. Then we were discussing about the things that prevent a person from changing. Okay, so change is a natural phenomenon that is essential for growth and progress. But there are many reasons that prevent a person from change. So that may be the fear that a person have to give up his or her current nature with which he is or she is already comfortable, or maybe his fear or her fear about the future. Okay, what will happen in the future? So let's continue. It is nevertheless natural for one to have certain fears about things to come. Students sometimes develop a fear for new books, new teachers, and new school surroundings. Workers in factories, institutions, and offices are also known to develop fear complexes when they have to take up a new job assignments, or work with new people. History bears witness to how people resisted new ideas, ideologies, and even new inventions. Fear of the unknown creates in people certain mental complexes that make them resist change. So, sometimes students, when they get a new teacher or a new school surrounding, they are very they will have very much problem to adjust to the new situation, isn't it? If any teacher is asking you to change your place, you will have lot of problem, isn't it? Because you are familiar with the friends, or you are happy with your friends, and if a teacher is asking you to change your place, you will have to go there and adjust with new students or friends. You have to make new friends. So all that will not be so easy for you. And it is not only the students case. In case of all elder people also, if they want to work in a new institutions, or if they have to take up a new job, then all it is very difficult for them to get with that particular situation, isn't it? Then history also bears so many examples where new ideas, ideologies, or new inventions are not accepted easily, isn't it? So when computers came for the first time, it was the fear of people that this instrument will come and make many people jobless. But now you know what is the use of computer and all that, isn't it? And likewise, once the scientists told that the earth is round in shape, it was very difficult for the people to accept it. They were not ready to accept it. So in that way, new ideas, new ideologies, all this are not accepted very easily. The fear of change becomes very acute when it comes to changing oneself. All of us, to some extent, suffers from this fear. The self we possess is so dear to us that we wouldn't like to give it up. It may be that others do not approve of the self I have, but it is my own dear self. It is me again. I am not sure that people will accept me even if I adopt a new self. So I am afraid to change. So this is what, that is when we need to change ourselves, it will become very difficult, isn't it? Because we all will suffer from the fear of changing ourself, because the self that we have or we possess is so dear to us, and this is the self through which we see the world, we think about others, isn't it? And we think that the self or the me or the I is the center of the universe. isn't it? With around that only, around the ourself or myself, only the whole world is revolving. Understood? So what it that me or the self in me is very dear and near to me, and it is very difficult for anyone to change this dear self in a person, isn't it? So even though others don't like what I am having, but I am not ready to change. Why? Because it is so near to me. They like or not, that doesn't matter. What I am or what I have is so dear to me, and it will not be accepted by if the others will not accept, that is not a problem for me, because myself is important for me. Understood? Then one's inhibition to change may sometimes get expressed in bold or insolvent ways. The fear of change may at times assume the attitude of defiance or rebellion. One may then project a try and make me change attitude. Some people may call it stubbornness. Others may call it guts attitude. Of defiance are usually shown by those who are dissatisfied with themselves in their state of affairs. It is their way of telling that they refuse to change. The refusal to cooperate to change may be because they do not want to pay the cost of changing. The cost of changing may involve some painful feelings. It would require time, energy, and commitment. The cost may also involve severing of relationships and giving up a safe situation or emotional security. The cost of change thus may very high. Okay, so another reason or for one to change or one is not ready to change is, okay, what we discussed all that, isn't it? Fear of future, fear of what his own what comfortable, so to leave his comfortable zone, all that we discussed. So if a person is not ready to change, that person express his objection for change or to change in different ways, isn't it? He may assume the attitude of defiance or rebellion. He may express it as what disobedience. He himself, okay, show that he is not an obedient child, or he is a rebellion, okay. Or sometimes he may project himself as a try and make me change. Okay, you try, I may change, that attitude. Some people, what they may call it as very what he or she is very stubborn, in that way they think. Others may call it as guts. Okay, he is having a guts, he is very having very much attitude, in that way they think. Okay, so whatever it is, these all are the ways of telling that they are not ready to accept the change, or they are refusing the change. The refusal to cooperate to change may because they don't want to pay the cost of changing. If you want to change your habit, isn't it, you need to pay the cost. So what will be the cost? Okay, it may be the time, energy, or the commitment, isn't it? So for example, I'll give one example. If you all are playing some mobile games in group, and you think that it is not good playing for long time, but you are not able to come out from that habit because your friends are there, isn't it? And if everyone is playing together, you are feeling very happy, you are in a emotional secure you feel a emotional security, isn't it? So if you want to change also, you cannot do that because of the peer pressure, or because of the because you have to give up that safe situation or emotional security. You may not be able to leave that habit, isn't it? So your relationship with your friends may be broken. So thinking all that, you may not be able to come out from your bad habit. Okay, so the cost of the you have to pay the cost, and the cost of the change may be very high. Okay, so you have to pay the cost, and if you are not ready to pay the cost for the change, okay, then you may not be able to change. Then, although fear is one major block on our way to growth and excellence, there may be other inhibiting factors as well. It may also happen that a person is so happy with his own self that he becomes very complacent to the need to change. Pride can make a person self-righteous and blind to his own mistakes and defects. There can be scores of other factors that influence and color one's image of oneself. So another reason is what? If a person is very very happy with what he is, okay, or with his own self, then it is very difficult to change. If a person is think that I am the best person, okay, and I am I am a very satisfied person, then it is very difficult to change that person, isn't it? Or he won't be able to change because he is very proudy person. Okay, so pride can make a person self-righteous and thus blind to his own mistakes and defects. So once pride comes to our mind, what we think, what I am thinking only is correct, isn't it? And what others says is not correct, and I will never do a mistake. Whatever I am doing is only right. So he will become self-righteous, isn't it? No, others can find mistakes in them, but he himself is not able to see the mistake of his. Understood? So this type of persons can never change. Why? Because he think that I am the best. What I am doing is only the correct thing. So he will not be able to change at all. Okay, so this is another reason. If he is self-righteous, he feels that if anyone feels that I am a self-righteous person, then there is no scope for him to change and progress. Change inevitably involves a choice for the future, and while making such a choice, one has to own up to the past. It often requires courage to own to the past and to choose to change to the future. You need the courage to be who are, to affirm your human existence and your human nature. You need the courage to do what seems to be the most human thing to be you. When you choose to change, it brings meanings, newness, and excitement to your life. So, whenever you want to change, it needs a choice for the future. Okay, so when a person is making a choice for the future, he has to own up to the past also. It means he has to accept how he was. Okay, and these are the defects. In whatever way he is, he has to understand and he has to accept it, and then he has to make a plan for his future. And he should have the courage to be who are, to affirm his human existence and his human nature, isn't it? And he need the courage to do what seems to be the most human thing to be him. Okay, then whenever, so after understanding what I am and what are the problems with me, and if I do a decision to make a change in that, and if you are trying for that, that brings lot of things in your life, like what? Meanings. Okay, a meaning for life, a newness to the life, and an excitement to the life. Okay, then many people do not allow this change to happen because they feel they are trapped, that they are not free. Often they are. So another reason is what? They think that, oh, everyone can change, but it is not possible for me because I am like this. I cannot do this. Okay, so this kind of, I am trapped in this situation. So if you are having that attitude that you are not able to change. I am having all this problem and I will live like this, okay, because I am trapped in this situation. So if you think like that, then you will never be able to change. Change may have its limit, but freedom to change doesn't have any limit. Okay, so freedom of change is not having any limit. A person may put a limit to his capacity to change by resisting change, by thinking that he can't. But a person's liberty is so unlimited that he can change himself and world. Freedom to change is a given gift from God. It is this God given freedom that helps you be what are child of God. Okay, so if we think, if we decide to change, okay, we are given with lot of freedom. Okay, so the freedom for change is unlimited. Once only that is, you have to think. Okay, once you think that you have to change, then you can change without any limit. Okay, so and not only you will be changed by that, the people around you and even the whole world, isn't it? Just take the example of Mahatma Gandhi, isn't it? So once he thought that the present situation is to be changed, he worked for that, isn't it? Not only Mahatma Gandhi, many people, those who have changed the world, okay, they decided that there should be some change. This should not be in the same way as it is now. So they started working for that, and they not only changed themselves, they changed the whole world also. Okay, and we are given with what God has given this freedom for us to change, isn't it? So once you decide, there is no limit for you to change to achieve the goals. Okay, so that will become the children of God. So God has created us with freedom. Okay, we can choose any of this. So once you decided to change, everything is possible. Okay, I hope you understood this chapter. Thank you.